Class, we have visitors. Fall in behind me. Ice!
We would be honored if you would join us. Dad?
This is Video Store Clerks. Welcome to the store.
I don't know. I like options. That's why I wait for her to bend over. Oh, shit. Hey! Your four horsemen are back. The four horsemen of the internet. The four horsemen of the video store. We are the Video Store Clerks, and this is the Video Store Clerks Podcast.
Who are you again?
I am Davidson.
Mr. Chediason. Oh. Chediagi.
I am Michael with an L.
Nazi-son. This meeting now.
Beautiful. And we're back in this week's movie. I mean, if it's not bad enough that we've been trapped in this video store, we haven't had a customer in 20 years. Oh, but I guess that's a good time to push our special 5 movies, 5 nights, $5. But just to make us feel old on top of all that, we recently celebrated the 40th anniversary of this week's movie, released in 1984, June 22nd, I believe. That's right, The Karate Kid.
Yes.
Hey.
But for real, we're open. Y'all can come down and check out our vast selection of movies. But in the meantime, it's the Karate Kid night. Welcome to the store, but we will start the program as we always do with the news.
Video Clerks on. Wax on, wax off. Wax news.
Tavares, right in the butt?
What?
No.
That is hilarious. I gotta say, I love his just pause and his no.
Right in the butt?
Like, why would these people actually think that those are the answers? Like, I've seen some bad ones. Those are hilarious. That's hilarious.
I'm sorry. I'm 12. That was very funny to me. Oh, so we have a lot of news this week, so let's get to it, starting with the box office. These are your domestic totals from this past weekend. Let's see what came in. Coming in at number 10, some movie called Ghosts, Right Here, Right Now, and right is spelled R-I-T-E. I think it's a concert movie or something. Well, it opened with $1.5 million.
Is it the band Ghost?
Yeah, I think it's a concert movie. So.
Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Documentary.
Mm-hmm. Number 9, The Watchers, $1.9 million. Number 8, some movie called Thelma, opened with $2.3 million.
Thelma?
Thelma. I have no idea.
No Louise?
I was going to say, I guess it was a break.
Oh, yeah, I never thought of that. Yeah.
Was it a fucking prequel where we get the Thelma story?
That'll lead to the next one, Just Louise.
She really survived.
Oh, boy. And lucky number 7, poor Russell Crowe. The Exorcism opened with $2.5 million, again in 7th place. If you wondered, this has no relation to last year's, what was it, The Pope's Exorcist?
Pope's Exorcist,
yeah. He just happened to play the same role in 2 different movies a year apart from each other.
Probably should have done that.
Yeah.
You know, I never thought that I would ever see Russell Crowe being typecasted as a preacher.
It's a preacher. What the fuck?
I mean, I love Russell Crowe, but man,
he's been
doing some stinkers lately, though. He really has.
He hasn't had a hit seems like in a couple years. Hasn't it?
Been a minute.
Oh, anyway, number 6, If, is hanging in there with $2.7 million.
Right.
Oh, shit. That was a good one. I think I went up
was
in
a
the
good
ceiling. I'm going to have to get that later. Number 5, the Garfield movie, $3.8 million.
Right.
Chad, you're doing great at not killing yourself this time.
I know, right? I ain't got my goggles on either, so we're good.
We're good, man. Number 4, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, $3.8 million.
Right.
Now in our top 3, we're going to see a bit of a shift because we've been in single digits this entire time. Number 3, a movie called The Bike Riders. Debut. I've heard about this movie. I don't know what it's about, but I've heard.
I've heard it was all right though.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah.
But it opened with 9.7 mil.
I would think somebody rides a bike.
A lot of people ride
What
bikes.
is there to tell?
It's like I think it's like it has to do with like a gangs or some shit back in the day.
And winding up here, number 2, Bad Boys, Ride or Die, $19 million. So keep
Can't
that
do
in
the last
mind. Your
one.
number 2 movie made $19 million. Because in first place, in total domination, Inside Out 2, $101 million. It's been out for 2 weeks and has brought in $356 million, which I don't know. Is that leading the pack with summer movies so far?
Probably.
It's got to be close. Godzilla and Kong might be somewhere around there.
It's up there.
But there you have it. There's your box office.
Right.
And in other news, Donald Sutherland, man, just Thursday, I believe it was, passed away. Career, 5 or 6 decades? Been around a minute.
Bummer, man.
Done a lot of shit.
Bummer.
Yeah, dude, he's one of my favorite actors.
The Dirty Dozen, MASH, modern audiences probably know him from the Hunger Games movies. I haven't seen any of that. Have you guys seen any of those movies?
Fucking Animal House.
Animal
yeah.
House. Don't look at don't look in the basement or don't look in the house or whatever the hell it is.
Oh,
It's a horror movie.
I forgot.
Body Snatchers, classic. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, whoever said that.
Terrible.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
The Puppet Masters. Did you say Puppet Masters? Anybody say that? Remember that one? Science fiction one
I
where
remember that.
the
Yeah,
stains in the
I
back of their
forgot
necks
he
and
was
shit.
in it.
Yeah, it was an underrated movie, actually. I actually enjoyed that one.
I was never huge on that franchise.
And believe it or not, Donald Sutherland only got his star on the Walk of Fame in 2011.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Right.
Speaking of the stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, I have wonderful news, everyone.
Hell yeah, man.
As was
Heard about this
reported
movie.
yesterday, your class of the Hollywood Walk of Fame 2025 inductions are already being selected. Robert Englund, ladies and gentlemen, will take his rightful place among the stars on the Walk of Fame in 2025, and as also broke, Mr. John Carpenter will be among that class as well. John fucking Carpenter didn't have a star on the
That blew my
Hollywood
mind, too.
I was
Like,
like,
dude.
holy shit.
It's about damn
But it's only
time.
going to happen next year. Isn't that? Yeah, that was my first thought, is like, he didn't already have one.
It actually
I
surprised
wonder-
me. A lot of these guys are just now getting stars, honestly.
I wonder if whenever Robert Englund goes to, put his hands in cement, he's going to have the Freddy glove on one hand.
I was thinking he needs to at least. You
He
know what I
should.
mean?
He totally should.
I think that would be cool.
He is
It makes
Freddy
sense.
Krueger.
Yeah, he is.
Nobody else.
And again, he will take his rightful place among other stars: Boris Karloff, Christopher Lee, Mr. Bela Lugosi, among Jamie Lee Curtis, other horror icons. He will finally take his rightful place among them. I really want to go to this somehow, some way.
Would be nice.
So good. So good.
Oh, anyway, what else we got? Oh, we talked a couple weeks ago about the new Jurassic World movie, Jurassic World 4. It has been confirmed that Scarlett Johansson will, in fact, be in the lead, if anybody cares.
Not really.
And in more wonderful news, that we finally got our first teaser trailer for the Nosferatu movie, which will be out Christmas Day of this year. And my God, if you haven't seen it yet, please go check it out, because this is next level shit. It's only a teaser. We don't see a whole lot, but what we do see is like some beautiful shots. I mean, the cinematography is fucking outrageous for this movie. You don't really get a good look at the vampire, or vampire, as they say, I like the pronunciation. But we do get a good look at Willem Dafoe and a few other things. So check that out. Did you talk about the Alien Romulus trailer? The new one? Okay, that came out not too long ago as well. And hopefully they don't show us anything else. I don't want to see anything else. Those two trailers for the Alien Romulus movie have been outstanding. I don't want to see anything else until the movie comes out. And I am stoked for that as well.
I hate it when trailers fucking give you too much. They they give you the whole fucking movie. It was horrible in the fucking like 80s and early 90s.
Yeah. As soon as that trailer ended, I was like, perfect. Stop. Don't show me anything else. I'll wait till August.
Right.
And in a perfect segue to our main event this evening, Ralph Macchio has provided updates for the Cobra Kai series and the new Karate Kid movie. He has said he is officially wrapped on both the series and the movie will be due out next year as well. In the series, I think they broke up into two parts, or they are breaking up into two parts.
He was in Kentucky the other day. He was in
Really?
one of my buddy's roommates'
Sister's
bars.
cousin.
Roommate.
It was some bar. Huh? What was the number? I didn't hear. What was the number? All right, go on.
There's a chat. The chat's been quiet so far. What the fuck?
I don't know.
Didn't you hear me? I said we have 5 movies for 5 days for $5. Goddamn.
Nobody's here.
Bullshit. You don't need a memory.
Nobody has VHS players anymore. I keep telling you, we got to update the fucking DVDs.
Yeah, but fuck. They'll come back. They'll come back.
They always come back.
Hey!
Hey! Speaking.
Hey, what's up, Brooke?
There, so let's get to it. The Karate Kid. My God. So I can't say I'm not old enough to have seen this in theaters. Not that old. But man, it was on TV all the time when I was a kid. And that was the first time I saw it.
Came out the year I was born. So
You old bastard.
yeah.
We're middle-aged dudes trapped in a video store. And this is what we do. The fuck? So nostalgia. If you're gonna have a time capsule for the 80s, you would have to include this movie, I would think. Right.
Oh, yeah.
Almost everything that came out in '84.
Right.
A lot of good shit came out in '84. Terminator.
Yes.
Yes. So it'll be the 4th Jurassic World, and yes, Scarlett Johansson is starring for some reason.
Yay.
I wasn't a fan of the last one. I thought that was.
I don't give a fuck.
Don't give a fuck.
Don't care. Karate Kid. Anyway.
Right, kid. That's where it's at. So gentlemen, boo!
Yeah.
Your memories of this fine motion picture.
This movie?
No, I think she was talking about the Jurassic World thing. Maybe. I don't know.
Oh,
Maybe
the Karate Kid, yeah.
Fuck this movie. Nah, I just want to say that because I want to.
Thank you for joining us. Thanks for
Well, we briefly touched on this before, but we've mentioned how Nasty Son down here wasn't too fond of the idea of doing this review. So he's had the chance to go back and revisit this film. And what say you, Nasty Son? How does it hold up?
Well, I'll go ahead and say this. All right, so when we were talking about doing this, I was protesting against it pretty hard. And it wasn't so much for the fact that I hate the movie or anything. I just don't care. The only thing that when I found out that you weren't kidding and we were actually going to do this movie, I figured that it'd be a good time to show Dax, you know.
You said it.
Yeah, but no, I mean, it wasn't horrible. It was kind of cool to go back and see it. I mean, I haven't watched this fucking movie since I was Dax's age, which is like 11. It's not worth nasty. And like there was parts in it that I totally forgot. You know what I mean? There was parts I was like, oh shit, you know. I mean, I didn't hate it. Made me feel like a kid again a little bit, but
That's the point.
you know, I mean, I would much rather have a chainsaw in the movie we were going to watch, but that's okay.
Oh.
Chainsaw, anything sharp, people dying, screaming. But I mean, there's a lot of screaming and crying in this movie, so especially the ending. God. Anyway, it was okay. Let's move on before I just completely go into it.
Well, what did Dax think of it?
He didn't care.
Wow.
He was drawing while we were watching it, and there were parts that he was interested in, but like he would just turn back around and start, he did find the scene where Daniel and old girl are kissing, and I was making fun of it. It was funny. Yeah. Them. It looked like she was getting her face eaten by him. That was ridiculous. Yeah, like who kisses like that? No one kisses like that. I mean, no one kisses like that in a movie. Like, why would you do that? It was horrible. So
speak for yourself.
I'll swallow your soul.
Ah.
I like Elizabeth Shue, man.
I do too.
I like her. She was good.
Calm down.
I don't see the fascination with her. I don't think she
so pretty.
She stood out to me.
Pretty and hot all at the same time.
She's the girl next door.
Like.
You say the Teen Witch chick from Part 3 is a little hotter.
The only thing slashing is sweat. I'm not interested. That's what Brooke said, by the way. That's not
sure.
That's what they all say.
Story, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I still go back and I watch it. I've watched this movie so many times, yo. Like, it always still has the same feel to it. Just makes me feel like a little fucking kid. Just fucking waiting for the bully that came from Jersey, fucking around with this kid from California, is just trying to get his girlfriend back. Then he's just fucking with him the whole time. Then he gets pissed off and she keeps beating his ass. Such a good movie.
Like, this is one of those films that, like, you watch and, like, that the bully's going to get his in the end, and like you kind of like that,
but he didn't.
No, really, like, no. See, we'll get to that. Oh, right. No, that's the funny thing about this, because like this is it's almost like a young adult version of like Bloodsport or Kickboxer. It's like there's so much like love triangle. And there's like it's I don't know. And then you get to this big thing, and it's this big tournament thing, and then it's not. Come on.
I mean, it's meant for like fucking teenagers.
Yeah, I know, but because the ending is what pissed me off, and I don't want to go all the way there yet. But it's it.
Breathe, Dave.
Calm.
I'm a little wound up.
A little bit.
It's good to be back.
Good to have you back, buddy.
Hey, how was the meeting?
Fucking stupid. Talk about like bitching at me because like I tear up memberships when I'm bored.
Bonsai!
And it's like they can just sign back up.
Bonsai!
Bonsai!
That's gonna be loud.
Sorry about that.
This movie's fucking like I don't know. Like I found like quite a few holes going back and watching this movie, and then I also watched the second and third one. So like I find even more kind of like plot holes. That just don't make sense. But even with that shit being there, like I still always feel like I'm fucking like 7-8 years old when I watch this shit.
Is this one of your favorite films?
Mine? No.
No?
It's up there. I mean, it's up there. It's probably in the 10 to 20 count.
I always thought this was one of your top ones. You always put it over pretty well.
Well, I mean, it's up there. But I mean, I don't know where I'd put it though. There's too many to choose from.
Oh, there she is. See, look at that smile. She
got
a pretty smile, man.
No, I don't know. Like I do like this movie a lot though. Like I've fucking probably watched this at least 100 times in my life. Easy.
Wow.
I think I watched
Wow.
the second one more than the first one.
I think I did too as a kid.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
The second one was always my favorite, but
Really?
yeah.
Barnes. The third one's my favorite.
I don't remember shit about the third one, I don't think.
Oh, it's funny.
No, Perry Silva.
Because of you.
Yeah,
You
I
made
mean,
it funny.
I mean, the way I watch movies, I make them better because I'm not exactly politically correct.
No.
Oh, you get the Daniel heel turn in part 3, so
Yeah,
Make it
I mean,
interesting.
great. So good.
What happens? What?
That's what's funny about watching this movie too. Like looking at it from the other perspective, saying that Daniel's the bad guy.
Daniel's the bully.
It's
Is
so
he?
fun to watch that way because it makes way more sense. Especially
Right.
whenever fucking Johnny rolls the worst joint ever, and then fucking
Oh yeah.
Daniel, like, pours water on his head with a hose. It's like, yeah, like he was right whenever they like fucking beat the shit out of him because he's like he couldn't leave us alone. Like, yeah, like he just kept fucking with him.
He could
Yeah,
have
he did that
just
too.
should have he could have walked away. That's why I understood. I was like, dude, just let him the fuck alone. You're actually probably
Right.
safer if they smoke that joint. Fuck off. Like, you know
Right.
what I mean? Like dumb nut.
That's that
Although he
fucking
did,
cracked me up.
although he did have the best Halloween costume ever. You know.
He really did. That shit was
Who-
fun.
Everybody loves the skeleton. Oh
No,
no,
I'm
you're
talking-
talking about the
He needs a
I'm talking
shower.
about the shower.
yeah. Wasn't that Miyagi's idea?
Yeah.
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 You can see like the
Oh,
shower and
really?
shit behind him when they're talking.
Yeah, because he's like, oh.
No. If I had a
Chuck, you
costume.
prefer the Jaden Smith Jackie Chan remake?
I don't give a fuck about any of them.
He pleads the
and,
fifth.
and especially not that piece of shit movie. Have I ever watched it? No. I just already know that's a piece of shit movie.
I unfortunately did.
Gross.
Yeah, it was a
Somebody's
long
fucking
couple hours.
kicked Jaden Smith in the head. What a fucking spoiled brat. Anyway. Oh no, cancel.
Drunken master, I'll tell you that.
Don't you have a Jaden Smith tattoo, Chuck?
On your
Oh,
side?
never mind. That's the guy from Practical Jokers.
What?
I forgot about
I'm
Yeah.
lost.
Hi.
We skipped over one. We forgot the next Karate Kid.
that. No, we didn't skip anything.
Oh, I
We
forgot
didn't.
about that movie. Oh no. That's
Do we even have a copy of that anymore?
No.
No?
We never
You
did.
got rid of it? Okay.
Was Miyagi in that one too? Who's
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Miyagi and Hilary Swank.
mhm.
Does that work?
I mean, it's fucking
Hilary
chopped.
Swank?
Oh, shit.
I can't. You want to talk about somebody I can't fucking stand looking at? It's her.
Why?
Swanky.
Because I live in Kentucky. We have a lot of horses here, so if I just want to see that, I just go down the road to the horse farms. You
That might be
know.
the- I think
Easy.
they were as a horse on Family Guy.
Wow.
Yeah, never, not a fan. I totally forgot about that fucking movie though. God, I do remember watching that, being just completely horrified at how bad it was. It just wasn't
Right.
good at all. Why would you do that? Like, why do they do any of this shit? But whatever.
I don't remember. I rented it when it first came out, which I 94, I think. But that was the only time. I don't remember anything from it, so I guess I wasn't impressed.
Love you, Jeff, but fuck you.
I believe she can get. Oh, so back to the second one. I'm curious
I thought we were talking about the first one.
We're still talking about the
Well,
first
I
one
just
here.
wanted to say real quick that yeah, the second one got a lot of mixed reviews, and I'm just curious because I'm for the second one. The second one is my favorite.
I think I like them in order. But part 2 and 3, just like they get better every time I watch them.
I'm definitely gonna have to go back and rewatch the second one. I was hoping to, and didn't get a chance to. Agreed.
I don't know. Second one doesn't do anything
The
for me.
new one's supposed to have Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio in it.
What?
The new movie.
No, thank you.
It's gonna be weird.
Cobra Kai, I've heard is really good, and
Yeah.
The
I will-
first 2 seasons.
I will say that watching rewatching the first one after not seeing it since I was like 11 years old, if not younger, like I don't know, it kind of actually had me curious about Cobra Kai because everybody's telling me I've heard forever now about how great of a show it is. I'm like, eh.
The first couple seasons are good. After that, it falls off.
I'll
How many
say
seasons
this.
are there?
They're going on 5 right now, right?
Okay.
Yeah, 6 is coming. 6 is coming up. 6 is a new one.
I'll say this.
Yeah,
I was never a big fan of this franchise growing up. I think I probably saw it after the fact as far as being introduced to martial arts film. You know, I probably saw like Game of Death or something, some kind of Bruce Lee stuff before I saw this. So whenever you like, I don't know, it's like going back and looking at this after the fact, it doesn't have that appeal. You know, when you see something badass like Bruce Lee or, you know, any of the Shaw Brothers stuff or anything like that, and then you go and watch The Karate Kid, it's like, you know, night and day. So I think by the time I actually got around to seeing Karate Kid, it was just kind of like, this is kind of child's play to fucking Bruce Lee shit. You know what I mean? So I was just never into it. It never did anything for me. I don't think it's a bad film by any means. You know, going back and revisiting it, I think I got more appreciation for it. You know, I actually went back and watched all the films before I started Cobra Kai, because whenever I started Cobra Kai, I was like, well, I want to get reacquainted with the films, just because you know, going into this TV show, I want to have that, you know, understanding of the franchise. So then watching Cobra Kai, I have more interest in Cobra Kai than I do any of the other films from the past, for sure. Like I enjoy Cobra Kai. It has like, I guess, you know, like I said, you don't have the action that you would in like a Bruce Lee type thing. You have, you know, the fighting isn't really as good in the Karate Kid films. You know, it looks like
It's
stage fighting. Yeah, it's very slow paced and it doesn't really do anything if you're looking for that action adrenaline rush. Cobra Kai, you know, it's got, you know, they've, in my opinion, they ended up filling in the blanks from the movies, where it's like, you know, if you don't like certain things from the first 3 films, you go and watch Cobra Kai, you're like, oh, this is way better because it has those things that I was looking for in the original films. But if you're a fan of the original film, you'll still love it either way, because, you know, it does such a good job of tying in the stories and bringing back characters and giving you that nostalgia feel while actually putting together a pretty decent story. Because the dynamic between Danny and Johnny it's very entertaining to see those two kind of at each other and then working together, and then, you know, whatever, as it progresses through the series. So I always like that dynamic with Cobra Kai. And I don't know, I think the dynamic, the only dynamic that I really enjoy in the first films are between Miyagi and Daniel.
Oh yeah. Like the one thing about going back and watching watching the first one again after, you know, being an adult, like I was glad that I showed Daxus, because the whole time Daxus, you know, did everything we did as a kid. It's like, what is you know, painting fences and you know washing his car and shit have to do with anything, right? And I was like, well, just watch. You got to watch, you know. And then that one scene where Miyagi comes at him a little bit because he's like getting on to me. He's like, what does this have to do with da da da? And then he shows him like, hey, you're actually learning shit. Like, you know, like, I don't know, because I was trying to show Dax, like, if you're wanting to learn certain things, you have to learn other things first. So there's a really good moral, you know, in it for the youth. So, you know, I definitely appreciate the movie, and like, you know, again, I don't hate it. You know, but it you know, it's got those moments that kind of came back to me as a kid. I was like, oh yeah, and that scene, like I always loved that scene. But Can we talk about the end? I know we're all over the place
Nope.
anyway.
No, we
Okay.
can't talk about the end at all.
Okay. Hey! Can I really not? I just want to bitch for a second.
I will say I'm a big Trouble in Little China guy. But go ahead.
Carpenter. For sure.
Yes.
Jesus.
So like, okay, I didn't realize. I mean, I never paid attention as a kid, so it was just kind of weird. But like the ending of the movie is so quick.
Yes.
It's just like, I don't know, like you're expecting this. All right, well, they're finally going head to head, and it's going to be like some crazy shit. And then he just pops him, and then he's down, and then Johnny's crying and hands him the fucking like. He's like, "Oh, you're too bad, dude." It's like, what? You what? You just been hating this kid this whole fucking movie, and giving him hell over and over again, and
Getting respect for it.
Yeah, he got. I get that.
Earned respect.
He didn't give up.
Yeah, and I get that, but it's just like, I don't know, like the guy would see the kind of guys that the Cobra Kai dudes are. To me, I thought it was out of character for him to be like that. See, in all honesty, you'd more think that a guy like that, because the Cobra Kai guys didn't go by the idea of karate, you know, like the whole thing of martial arts. You know, they're being bullies. They're using it for bad instead of good. You know what I mean? So why would he give a shit? You know, why would he give a fuck? And I thought that was just kind of stupid.
If they would have left some of the deleted scenes in there where like Daniel's trying to say like, I know this isn't you, this is your teacher's fault or whatever, it would have made a little more
I've never seen
sense.
that.
Yeah, I mean, it would have made a little more sense because you can kind of see like Johnny progress to like realize like Kreese is a fucking asshole like towards like the middle of the competition.
Yeah.
So I think if they had put them like extra scenes in there, it would have made more sense to like why he kind of like was like, okay, maybe he's right this whole fucking time and Kreese is really an asshole.
Yeah. See, I've never seen deleted scenes. Is that actually a deleted scene though?
Yeah.
Oh well, shit. Yeah, that would have made a whole lot more sense.
Yeah.
If you actually got a little bit more character development, like, okay, there's a little, you know, if there's progression.
So he was trying to pull him back, but they just got rid of it all because it was just, I don't know.
They wanted him to be, they wanted them all to be bad. So they left that out of there because you like, they didn't care that a heart happens with Johnny later on. They want to cheat because he's the bad guy. He's the bully. We don't want to have any kind of sympathy for the guy. So like now they probably would have, like, if they would have made that movie now, they probably would have left it in. You know what I mean?
Well,
have a little more soul, you know, but but it just, yeah.
But I mean, for being a 2-hour movie though, I don't think it seems like it's 2 hours long.
I do.
No.
I did.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe because I mean,
Well,
like I said, I just know it's popping up all the time because I've watched the movie so many times.
Without going into detail, Chuck, if you go and watch Cobra Kai, it gets more into certain things. So I think you'll like the character development in Cobra Kai and just the dynamic between them being older and then the introduction of these new characters and how they all kind of fit together. So
yeah.
If I recommend anything, I would recommend Cobra Kai. I mean, I don't know. Karate Kid's a fucking classic, no matter what. I don't, 2 and 3. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, it's no surf ninjas or nothing, but
no, definitely not.
Like me and my one homeboy, like we used to watch this shit so much, and like we would always just sit there and just fucking like someone would say something stupid and we could say something from the movie to quote it, and we just start fucking busting out laughing.
Oh. Wow.
No, as a kid, I love these fucking movies though, and it's kind of funny that I kind of forgot about them for the longest time.
40 years.
But yeah, 40 years. Oh, God. But I mean, I had I think it was I think it was Daniel's outfit. I used to have, because I was him for Halloween one year, and I had like this whole like cheap Walmart version of like, a karate outfit.
You were Daniel?
Yeah. Well, I also had the Cobra Kai one though too, though.
The Cobra, that's the best part.
But I was never them for as a kid. As a kid, I don't know. I didn't like those guys. I was like,
I always thought the Cobra Kai geese and shit looked sweet during the tournament.
That's the thing.
They did. Yeah.
The Cobra, like the characters from Cobra Kai like from the team from the original, like Johnny and those guys, they're all assholes. So it's like they're not cool by any means, but the geese with the fucking cobra on it, like that's dope. You know, you can't deny that.
I used to have the figures, the ones that were like the old school G.I. Joe.
Oh, did you?
Figures.
Yeah.
My dad used to go on the weekends to like different like ham radio fests and stuff and swap meets and all kinds of shit. So like dad would always bring home like all these different stuff, and he brought home a couple of Karate Kid figures, and he also got me a Mr. T figure one year.
Nice.
He had a flat head. You could squish it. It's funny.
Yeah, I did have the Mr. T figure, but I didn't have any of the Karate Kid figures.
I pity the fool.
I pity the fool. It's also where I got the Goonies 2 game for NES. But anyway.
Oh, that's a terrible game.
So is the Karate Kid game.
Oh,
fuck that.
Oh, let's talk about that for a second.
Oh,
okay.
shit.
Now you
Okay. So as a kid, that game, like,
yeah.
oh my god, like, because I was telling Dax, because Dax loves video games. So when we were watching this, I was like, yeah, that's a side game. And he's like, what? I was like, yeah, I used to have to try to get the flies with the chopsticks, and that was one of the side games. And then the other side games were like
What was that?
What was that?
that's great. But like one of the other side games was like breaking ice and shit, and then or like bottles or something or whatever. But man, that game was so damn hard. Like I could never beat it.
There was only like 3 levels, but they were the hardest 3 levels you will ever play in your fucking life. And I'm pretty sure that Karate Kid NES game produced an entire generation of just angry.
See, that's the game is one of the reasons why I don't care for part 2. Because every time I watch part 2, I get stressed out from the fucking win board. And it just gives me like PTSD of that shit. And it just fucks me up.
Fuck you up, man.
Really right, like I don't know. Like
It was the Karate Kid game. And do you remember the Kung Fu game on NES?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Those were 2 of my favorites. You know, like as a kid, I mean, it was the same level over again. But man, my mom loved
Frank
that
Dukes
game.
and Randy
and just had
Jackson
me sit
played in
there for
Bloodsport.
hours.
How you doing?
I'm all right.
I do remember the cartoons, though, to answer Jeff's question. Because like we were saying earlier, it's like they fucking made cartoons for everything back. There was a Teen Wolf cartoon. There was a Toxic Avenger cartoon. I mean, you fucking name it. They did cartoons for everything.
Police Academy.
Police Academy.
No. Spaceballs.
Yeah.
I think Alf. They even did an Alf cartoon at one time.
There was an Alf cartoon. Yeah.
Oh, Rambo.
Yeah,
Right.
Rambo.
Yeah.
We talked about that too earlier.
There was a Rambo cartoon.
Oh, yeah. There was a whole line of toys, too. I did have the Rambo toys.
I had all
The only animated Rambo thing I remember was the 3 Little Pigs. Hey, yo, Wolfface, I'm your worst nightmare. Your ass is mine.
Dude, I fucking loved Rambo growing up. That was my shit.
Hey, yo, yeah.
Like I'm an '80s baby. Like I'm into all the '80s shit.
And a RoboCop cartoon. That was the funniest thing. Like these R-rated movies, they were making cartoons and toy lines for.
Oh, no shit.
So
Chuck Norris had a cartoon.
I don't remember that one. I don't remember that one.
Whenever I went to his karate school shit, I was always upset because we didn't have sleeveless feet. That's just what they look so dope. Like, why wouldn't you have one? It'd be fucking sweet. The UFAF school.
UAF.
UHF? UFAF?
That movie came out the same year as Karate Kid 3, too.
A lot of shit. Like 84 was fucking a year.
Yeah, it was.
So much shit.
The world got me. I mean,
so much dumb shit came.
God damn it!
I don't know. I think I have a greater appreciation for it now that I'm older. You know, watching it back, it's like it appeals to me more so because it's got that almost like father-son aspect where you're, you know, whenever I was younger, I was looking, you know, it's Karate Kid. So whenever I hear, oh, the movie's called Karate Kid, I want some fucking action. I want karate. I want some fighting and all that. You get it, but not the way that I was hoping for. It's not the action-packed fucking blockbuster I was expecting. So it's kind of like, what is this shit? But like going back and watching it, it's like I get an appreciation because, you know, all the lessons that Miyagi teaches him.
Miyagi.
and all that. I like the dynamic that, it's they have good chemistry to where, it has this, father son type feel. And it's like, not having somebody like that in my life growing up, it makes me kind of, watch back and thinking like, man, it's kind of cool that he had somebody like this to kind of be in his life and to help him out and fucking, kind of give him this guidance, and I think a lot of kids, need that. And it's like, if you go and watch a film like this, then you can kind of learn a little bit from Mr. Miyagi as well.
I gotta say real quick, the Miyagi thing fucked me up. Like I said, I haven't seen this movie in a long time, so I'm watching it. He starts calling Miyagi, and I'm like, "Is this some kind of weird like?
Is this a bootleg?
What is it? No, like, well, no, like, 'cause it fucked me up because I was sitting there thinking, I was like, what is it when the what effect of it is? Like it's like,
Agreed.
The Mandela effect.
Yeah. So I was like, what? Was it really not Miyagi? Like it fucked me up at first. And then he was like, no, Miyagi. I was like, oh, okay, good. Because I thought I was going fucking crazy.
You know what's going to really fuck you up? Is when Mr. Miyagi calls him Ralph. Like, no, that's my real name, Pat.
It's a slip of the tongue, boys.
Well, they really didn't even want Pat Morita in this movie at all. It seemed like if it wasn't for like one of the producers getting his reading and recording it and shit with him and Ralph, fucking, he never would have got the job.
Well, all
he did was comedy shit, like Happy Days and shit.
Well, yeah, he also had a bad reputation for being a bad alcoholic there for a while.
Oh, man, that's pretty much what killed him.
Yeah, but like, which wasn't he actually drunk in the scene where he's all?
I don't know.
I think I remember. I think I remember hearing a long time ago he actually was. But yeah, because I know that there were some directors and stuff that didn't really want to work with him because of that though too. And I watched something the other day. Actually, it was an interview with him, and I actually kind of thinking about it. I scrolled on one of those YouTube video short things, but he was talking about how Red Fox helped him out, like he paid his, like because he dealt with like addiction to stuff too, so he was trying to help him with all kinds of shit because he was low and all. I don't know, it was kind of sad actually, like the whole story of him, Yeah, I don't know. I always liked the guy though. I remember when I was a kid and after watching Karate Kid and then watching Happy Days reruns, I remember looking at my dad and I was like, Mr. Miyagi, and he goes, yeah, this is pretty much where he started. And I was like, well, shit, all right.
That has no kind of accent whatsoever. straight up from California.
Right.
Fucking
perfect.
Well, I don't know how true it is either, but like we were looking at some shit earlier and it said something like the original choice for Daniel was Charlie Sheen or Sean Penn.
Well, I was like, yeah, that was my reaction.
Fuck that guy.
No,
well, that wouldn't have worked out.
Karate Kid, Ralph Macchio got offered Marty McFly.
No. He surprised
like I thought Eric Stoltz would have been bad.
Yeah, how do you turn down Marty McFly?
Yeah,
That's just
fuck me up as a kid.
Touche, sir. I don't know. Like these movies are fucking great. I'll stand by that all day. Like I can't get enough.
Ralph Macchio, interesting choice. I mean, the only thing he really did was before this was Outsiders.
Yeah,
there was.
Pony Boy.
I mean, he'd done like TV and some other shit, but like that was, was his breakout, obviously.
And like after this was what fucking Crossroads, and then My Cousin Vinny.
Yeah,
but besides the other Karate Kid films.
Well, yeah.
Real quick, this just in some news here.
Wow,
I'm not really that sad about it. Breaking news: Crazy Town singer Shifty Shellshock dead at 49. I didn't give a fuck, but it just came over here, and I figured it was.
That was a butterfly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had the same feeling with this movie as Back to the Future.
Wow, what a warm tribute to a fallen idol.
I don't know. That guy's a piece of shit. He was.
Breaking news: this guy's dead. He was a piece of shit.
Yeah,
Fucking
there
nice.
you go. Maybe I'm secretly gloating about it because I've always hated that band and that dude.
There
Anyway.
Whatever. You sing that shit all the time. You're my butterfly, sugar baby.
That's it. Yeah.
You were talking about
Oh,
a
man.
you were talking about a song that
That's gonna
doesn't
be
make
stuck in my
any
fucking head all day.
doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Yeah. Crazy Town. That was
Crazy town of a Judas goat.
That will never ever happen. Ever.
That was some
Bastard sons of Crazy Town.
late 90s, early 2000s shit, wasn't it? Wasn't that after the grunge went away that shit started?
It was
like
Yeah.
Crazy Town was one band that was on Ozfest and nobody understood why.
Yeah.
Like, nobody wanted them there. They got booed every night they were on stage.
I stuck
Anyway.
with Metallica and movie soundtracks.
Yeah. Anyway, so he's fucking dead. Moving on.
This man has a family.
Was that a hop?
No, actually, they all hate him too.
Wow.
Yeah. Fuck him. Anyway, sorry.
Ralph, you know what? Ralph Macchio, watching this back, he reminds me of like a young Sylvester Stallone.
Really?
I don't. It's just
I can see
the way he, he talks and everything like that. I was watching it and I was like, who the fuck does he remind me of? And I'm like, fucking Stallone, man. It's just like they have this fucking way that they talk. I don't know if it's like a New York, New Jersey type fucking, attitude type thing or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's just the way they speak, they especially like
Mr.
the Rocky.
Miyagi, come on now.
I
Yeah.
was saying, it's like fucking the director of Rocky did the Karate Kid. So
Yeah. There's
Oh,
a
really?
strange connection between the two. Yeah.
I wasn't aware of that.
I mean, people have brought up like the montages and all that, and that was kind of an 80s thing in general where they always had those montages. 80s
great.
Yeah. Great.
No, but
Always
he
go back to
even
Monster
says
Squad.
like Mr. Miyagi, we did it at the end after he wins the trophy.
Instead of Hey Adrian.
Yo, Adrian. Yo, Mr.
Yo,
Miyagi.
Adrian.
Yo, Mr. Miyagi.
Miyagi. Speaking of,
like-
now, hot take, Mr. Miyagi is a piece of shit. How about that? Let's put that out there in the universe. All right, let's think about this. Let's analyze this. All right,
Okay,
this, this fucking scumbag who just
Because he couldn't afford it.
takes this kid and starts doing child labor. Paint my fucking house, clean my fucking cars, fucking all this shit. Just wants free child labor. He's supposed to be fixing shit over at the apartment complex. I don't see him doing shit except trimming trees. Fucking, hey, motherfucker, go look at that pool. All right? That
I like
pool
whenever
looks like dog shit.
he seemed lazy because like as soon as they move into the apartment, he goes downstairs and he's like, "Hey man, our sink's broken," and he's like, "I'll fix it." He's like, "When?" He's like, "After." And like, he's like, "After." And then he comes back up like the next day.
Like, I'll get around to it whenever the fuck I feel like it.
I'm too busy down here trimming my little trees.
Yeah, it's not fucking put Mr. Miyagi up on a pedestal quite just yet. I mean, let's think about this even more. Okay, so he's fucking getting child labor. He's giving alcohol to a minor. What's that about?
He lets him drive when he doesn't have a license.
Let him drive without a license.
He's like, I don't have a license.
I don't have a license.
Neither.
Neither do I.
What about on the beach? They're walking up to the beach and they run into those two guys that are drinking there. Fucking Miyagi does the old hiya karate chop and fucking breaks bottles and just gets in the truck. He just leaves broken glass all over the beach. What a prick! I could have.
Which, by the way, the man in that scene, do you all
Dr.
recognize who? Huh?
Dr. Giggles, right?
That's right, Dr. Giggles. Yeah. Fucking, I'm drawing a blank on his name. Look at I got Dr. Giggles poster over here. Larry.
And something.
I said Larry David, not Larry David.
Not Larry David.
Awesome.
I wanted to say that too. No.
Now I want to see a remake of Dr. Giggles with Larry David.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Larry Drake.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But so, yeah, he fucking breaks the glass, leaves it there on the beach for some kid to come along, step on. Doesn't give a fuck. Then what? Later on, they get to the All Valley tournament. He steals a guy's fucking belt.
Doesn't he say like, how did we get this? Universe provides, or whatever he says. Is that what he says? Buddha provides. Okay, that's what, I couldn't hear it when it went for whatever reason. So, okay.
Everybody acts like Mr. Miyagi is such a fucking great character. I'm starting to think he's a scumbag.
She's his translator. And then he's like sitting there talking to him. And he's like, "What did he say?" And he's like, "Oh, thank you." And he's like, "Welcome."
Yeah, welcome.
Like, wait. And then the second one, he goes. You find out that fucking he like pretty much tried to steal this guy's chick, and then he fucking bailed out of the country like a fucking coward. What the fuck, man?
Man,
Mr. Miyagi.
What's even fucked up though? Because if you like think about that story, and then you go back to the first one. So, like, if he's with her, and then in the first one he's married and has a kid coming, so apparently he was cheating on his wife with the chick from Okinawa.
Oh my God, what are we doing?
We're making this movie at normal times.
Yeah, no shit. We're
Today,
waking it up.
Movie would be fucked. He kicks some high school kid in the nuts.
Yeah, they beat the shit out of some children.
Who's the old guy? Help me.
In the second one, right, it picks up where it left off in the first one. He's just standing outside the boys' shower waiting. What's that about? I'm your towel boy, Daniel. Here you go.
He's a veteran that deserves respect and was treated like shit by everybody in the hotel apartment complex.
Probably. He's probably not wrong about that.
When did he go to the military? Is this even real? Who's to say he didn't go to the goddamn Goodwill and buy some medals?
Stolen valor.
Yeah.
Mr. Miyagi, stolen valor.
No proof.
He's still a black belt. Why wouldn't he be?
No. Yeah. He's got all these life lessons for this Daniel kid, right? But fucking, he hasn't touched his fucking house. Like, all the cars are covered and fucking soot and shit. Like, he hasn't fixed anything. He hasn't cleaned anything over there in years.
Lucky for him, Daniel came along.
He's just waiting for some random kid to come along. How convenient. Fucking setup. It's a fucking setup. And this fucking guy, don't let him fool you.
How convenient.
Don't let him.
His house looks amazing by the end of the movie.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I can make this kid clean my shit and just tell him I'm teaching him karate.
I do like the end of it though, when he is like, after he gets like the good kick in the leg, and that dude's like, "I'm sorry, Daniel, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it." And then everybody's like, "Oh, well, he's gonna probably blah blah." Then he comes out like, "Oh, he's gonna fight," and they're like, "What?" I always love that scene. It's always like that. Yeah, it's like when you're like in Bloodsport, not nearly as cool. When Van Damme gets the shit in his eye, and he's like, and he can't see, and he's like, and then finally he gets smashed.
Every Van Damme slow motion scene of him being panting.
We'll have to do Bloodsport at some point too.
Dude, I love that fucking movie too. I grew up watching fucking like martial arts films, man. Like
I did too. Like
this movie, fucking like The Last Dragon, like Mike said, like all the Shaw Brothers shit. Like I grew up watching that shit. Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah, if you saw Karate Kid and Karate Kid 2 or 3 before you saw any other type of martial arts stuff, you probably love this shit. And I get it. I can understand where you're coming from. I just, I saw it in a different order, so it just never stood out to me.
This is interesting.
And wait, we got a theory coming in. Turns out to be a serial killer. Where'd he get all these cars?
That's what I said. Where did he get all his cars?
Detroit.
Detroit. Then to Detroit.
He's like, take any car you want. There's bodies in the fucking trunk.
Didn't he say he didn't have a license either?
Yeah.
Is he even
registered? They probably don't have any tags on him.
Is he even an American citizen? What's going on here?
We don't know.
Wait, we can't talk about that kind of thing.
First American-born Miyagi.
Okay.
We had a passport, I guess.
Well, he had to get the passport renewed in the fucking second one. because they were flying out to
I'm gonna
Okinawa.
go
That's
back
what I'm
and
saying.
watch
Once
the
you get to
second
set like 2 and 3, there's so many holes. Because like I said too about like he's married and had a kid in the first one or whatever. Then in the second one, he was supposed to fucking be with the fucking Yuki chick until fucking Sato was supposed to marry her, and then she didn't even marry anybody. She just said fuck everything.
Oh, surprise! You came all the way back here. Fucking, I wasted my life.
And then in part 3, well, then they're trying to be together in the second one, and then part 3, like Kumiko's supposed to come back with Danny, and then Yuki's supposed to come back with Miyagi, and neither one of them come back with anybody except for each other.
Is Elizabeth Shue in the second one or no?
Nope.
No. Okay, I couldn't remember.
She's
But
only
he has a
love.
love interest in that one too, doesn't he?
Yeah, Kumiko.
Yeah, and all of them.
No, okay.
Asian chick. Yeah. Apparently, fucking
'Cause the third one's the teen witch chick.
Teen
Red
Wolf.
hair chick.
Teen Wolf chick.
Boof.
Howlin' 2, your sister's a werewolf.
Man,
That's a hell of a
Wolf.
crossover.
We didn't do Wolf. We didn't do Teen Wolf sometime.
I told Dave we should redo this movie and fucking redub everything and just change all the fucking dialogue.
That'd be
Just
hilarious.
make it a whole different movie. And now with all this other shit with Miyagi, I think we really should. There's a subplot in there.
The part that cracked me up is whenever fucking Johnny's in the bathroom and the one guy comes in and it's like banging on the stall. He's like, Johnny, Johnny. And fucking he pops up over the fucking side of the thing of the stall, the bathroom stall, and he's got his headphones on. It reminded me of like the scene from American Psycho with like Bateman and those guys in there doing coke.
It did me too.
I just picture, whenever he bangs on it and Johnny pops up, I'm just picturing fucking Patrick Bateman popping up with his headphones, like, yeah.
And we got a challenge. Chuck's got to read all the Elizabeth Shue lines whenever we redub it.
Oh no!
There you go.
No. Do we really want that?
No.
That might ruin me.
That might ruin me.
funny.
I'm not doing that. That might ruin. That might ruin Elizabeth Shue.
Redid all your lines.
I don't have a cute voice like hers. I mean, I do to women, but not to. Yeah, I know Elizabeth Shue.
We can go to the golf and putt stuff or whatever the fuck Goofy plays.
Golf and putts.
It's.
Someone's
I don't know.
savage.
I don't know. I'm not into Elizabeth Shue. Sorry.
Oh man, I really enjoyed the Miyagi hot takes though.
That was good stuff.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Mm.
That was very entertaining.
Yeah, but the Miyagi scenes, in my opinion, are
Miyagi.
definitely the better scenes, just because it's fucking funny.
Oh yeah, you made them all funny. It was like the serious part when he's drunk and everything, and the way you were putting it made that shit
shit's so
hilarious.
funny.
Now I can't look at it the same every.
Whenever he's just drunk, like wandering off, and he's just like rambling. And then out of nowhere, he just screams, "Land of free, home of brave," and passes the fuck out.
When you put it like that, it's funny.
You just hear him scream it, then you hear a clank and the glass drops on the floor, and he's like, "Mr. Miyagi, are you okay?" Mara.
Hey, what's up,
Hey.
Tim?
Adio.
Oh.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm not. I shouldn't be on here.
Does this guy even know any martial arts?
Which one?
Miyagi.
Miyagi or him or Kreese?
Any of them?
Yeah. I feel like these guys are just fucking boss around kids, fucking acting like big shots.
Look how intimidating
Wild
this
labor
is.
movie.
Wait, what kind of premise is this anyway? Man, I'm burying this fucking film. He shows up at fucking
Drunken
Cobra
monkey.
Kai, and the whole idea is trying to get those guys to leave Daniel alone, and then somehow it turns into a goddamn challenge. And what fucking sense does this challenge make? Hey, we're gonna do it at the All Valley tournament. Okay, but what if fucking Daniel didn't make it past the first round?
They
Like,
never
he
would
didn't
have fought.
Yeah. So it didn't settle anything. Like, oh, here, 2 months from now, we're going to get at a tournament and we might fight one of your guys. We don't fucking know. Like, that doesn't solve anything here.
God, when you put it that way.
No, I mean this is seriously like a lot of the reasons why I love this movie, because that's why I think it's so funny. Because there's just so much shit you can twist and make seem like a different way. that it's supposed to be. Like that's why I think this movie's too funny.
That's how Cobra Kai got started. The show, you know, there was a theory online for years and years and years
Daniel.
that Johnny was the good guy and Daniel was the bad guy.
Yes.
And they turned that into the show.
Yes.
And that's how it got started. And
Yeah, is Daniel kind of an asshole at the beginning?
Yeah.
I've heard things about it, you know.
Yeah. They're older now, and he's a successful car dealership and everything like that. And Johnny's just kind of down on his luck, you know, didn't do anything with his life type thing. And it goes from there. So it's
glory days.
It goes from that premise that, you know, Daniel was the bully more so than Johnny. But you know, that's just a silly.
Well, it's because even in like the show, Chuck, which you will love, is like whenever they first interact, they go straight to the end, and he's like, "But you won the tournament with a legal kick to the face."
yeah. There was that, and there was a scene at the beach when Johnny pulls up in the motorcycle, and his friend calls him a degenerate or something, and Johnny's like, "No, I'm an ex-degenerate. At 8 a.m. tomorrow, I'm a senior, and I'm gonna make this work."
Yeah, getting his life back
Goes
on
all being a
track.
shithead.
Yeah, and also the scene at the beach when Daniel sucker punches him.
Yeah,
And I didn't see it that way until the show kind of twisted it that way, and I was like, go back and watch the movie, and I was like, no, Daniel sucker punched.
He did.
him.
Well, I mean, and that's what makes Cobra Kai interesting, because it's like you're looking at it from Johnny's perspective now. It's like, hey, you know, I was trying to get my life in order. You know, fucking Allie broke up with me, and I was just trying to mend the fence there, and fucking all of a sudden she's seeing this other guy trying to make me jealous. You know, so it's an interesting take for sure.
What, Jeff? Miyagi used to run a food truck in Hawaii that had a severe accident, so the Karate Kid movies are just what's happening in his mind while in a coma.
Hey,
Jesus Christ.
that's one way to look at
Part
it.
four is he just wakes up.
That's deep as fuck.
He's like, fuck. I mean, that's where he used to live. Pat Morita lived in Hawaii.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's even funnier. He just wakes up and realizes he's been in a coma and he's really an actor.
My mind is blown. Blew my mind. I kind of want to take this headband off. I feel like I'm the
Boom.
enemy. The enemy deserves no mercy.
After.
Enema.
There's a skeleton costumes.
Overly caffeinated. Oh,
Jeff says he's overly caffeinated this evening.
Perfect.
I kind of am. It's mixed with the alcohol. Anyway.
So yeah, you got the fucking bully Daniel LaRusso. You got the fucking child grooming Mr. Miyagi.
Jesus.
This is a fucking horror.
No. There's no child grooming. Okay.
Well, not in that
he-
manner. He's grooming for
His
you know,
wife died during childbirth for crying out loud.
not in that way.
So-
all right, don't fucking
he
twist
no
it.
now hold on now.
Hold
boy.
on.
Hold on now. And so like he saw this kid and like he kind of, you know, he gets to actually like give a car to a kid that's almost like, you know, kind of as a father-son thing. You know?
so he's fucking Oprah?
Well, if you get that, he's fucking Elvis then, because Elvis used to give away cars left and right. All right, baby. All right, baby. Brand new Cadillac, baby. Brand new Cadillac. Brand new big wheel, baby. The King's getting broke.
Ford. Let's do this.
No, he fucking trained this kid to be child labor. He took him back to Okinawa. They were gonna make Nikes and Apple iPods for fucking low wages. It's all bullshit.
What?
I thought I was going to be the one to fucking completely. You fucked Oprah. That's weird fan fiction. What?
I like it.
Okra.
Okra.
Fuck Oprah.
Okra.
Okra.
Okra and Ralph.
Wow.
His name is Ralph.
See, this is why these movies are fun, because you can spin them in any angle.
Yeah, I think I'm having more fun fucking coming up with
Fan
weird shit.
fiction. And yeah.
Talking shit.
Yeah.
Some of that shit, man, like with all kinds of different types of movies, is like always interesting to hear. You're like, well, I never even thought about it like that before, you know?
I mean, as soon as like the dude from New Jersey gets to Cali, he fucking kicks a fence and knocks some kid over.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
True. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And by the way, like those fucking guys, like that one kid, like he meets him, becomes friends with him, and then he's like, he gets his ass kicked at the
They just
beach.
leave him there.
They're like,
Never
oh
see him
man,
again.
who was this guy? It's like, dude, good crew you got there. Jesus Christ.
Pick him pretty.
No
We're just like, fuck this guy. Let's go.
No wonder Daniel was fucking bitter and jaded and became an asshole.
They live in the
You
same
know,
apartment.
he didn't want to. He wouldn't move in the first
Hey.
place. His mom made him move. He didn't want to fucking move.
This school
And he hated this
sucks.
fucking place.
Sucks.
Yeah,
He goes full Bill O'Reilly on him.
he really does.
Fucking thing
It is.
sucks.
It is. like the one deleted scene too. Apparently, like Johnny puts blueberry pie in his seat whenever he sits down with Allie for lunch, and then Daniel like gets up and smears it on his chest, and then they tackle each other in the cafeteria.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm like, why you cut that shit out? That's good shit.
I'm gonna have to go back and try to find these.
Oh, here we go.
Uh-oh.
Here's
We got some more. Courtesy of Jeff. Daniel LaRusso and his mom moved from New Jersey to California because they were in witness protection. Miyagi was actually supposed to take out Daniel and his mom, but ended up bonding, I'm guessing, with Daniel. That is actually, I love that.
Bondage.
I love that.
Can we mark that one?
Bonding, not.
So-
No, like I like that one though. I want to see that.
I like
movie.
that one too.
I want to see that movie. I want to read the fan fiction of that one.
We figured it out.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, think about it. You said that he doesn't hang out with those kids for the duration of the film. You don't see him anymore. But oddly enough, maybe they reconnected later on, and they went to college together. And while they're at heading to college, they just happened to stop by the sack of suds. And then all of a sudden they're the two Utes.
The two what? The
Utes.
two what? The two Utes. Mr. Gambini. Matt, can you approach the bench, please?
See, then after like Miyagi trains Daniel to be his like errand boy and chore boy or whatever, he ends up fucking buying him a fucking bonsai shop.
Yeah.
And then even whenever he buys the shop, he's asking Miyagi how he sweep the floor. What the fuck?
I don't know what that.
I'm not scissoring anybody.
Who's scissoring Mike?
Are you scissoring Mike?
Who's? Oh, there's some images we don't want in our head. There's some images we don't want in our head. So please don't make us see these images in our head. Time to have a drinky poo.
Some of the
on
fuck ups in the
show.
movie are pretty funny though. Like when Miyagi beats up Johnny, like, and then Johnny has a black eye for no reason.
Oh, that's another thing.
In the face.
Like, okay, like, what's the timeline? Because he goes from having that huge fucking black eye to all of a sudden it's gone.
Well, the Halloween party apparently takes place like early in October, and then the Valley tournament's December 19th.
Okay. Well, they kind of
He
they don't
learns
really.
all this shit and becomes like a fucking karate guy in 2 months somehow.
That's ridiculous. Like, I wish we could actually get to see the real fight that would have happened between, old Daniel and somebody that has more knowledge of the skill. I don't think that we would have had the same ending. It's like,
No, 'cause
oh,
I mean-
look at him. He's a crane. I'm going to break his leg, bust his
All of
face
Johnny
open.
and his friends were probably taking karate with fucking Kreese since they were like 7 or 8 years old or something.
They all act like they're fucking pumping fucking steroids in their fucking cocks, like, and then that fucking blonde haired guy. Oh my god, that fucking he reminded me of fucking Jared Leto in Fight Club. I fucking hated him so much because he had the bleach blonde, like eyebrows, and he's just like he's like that fucking like that right hand man that you just want to punch in the fucking face because he's so stupid he can't even fucking like make any fucking decision on his own. Like fuck that guy. I hate that guy.
Hey!
Holy fuck, I hate that guy.
You're dead meat.
Yeah, you're dead meat.
Dead meat.
You know what? don't understand why that was always a thing in like in 80s movies that you're dead meat, man. You're dead meat. Shut the
dude,
fuck
some
up.
of like the cut ups and that shit. And he's like, it must be take a worm for a walk week. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
What an insult. You got him good.
Yeah, he said it like he did something. It must be take a worm week.
Or like when Daniel's trying to fucking be all clever and he's like talking to the teacher. He's like, oh, yeah, tell us about the Indians or whatever. My friends want to know. And they're like, oh, no. And they all bail. And he's like, oh,
I
yeah.
gotta take a shit. I gotta go.
Yeah, cut that scene. Why was that there?
Yeah. Like he's trying to be clever and it just backfired. And it's like, where were you going with that?
I gotta stay after school for 30 minutes.
Yeah. Now I gotta listen to this fucking
What's
guy.
the point of that?
Yeah, they could have deleted that scene and added one of the other ones that would have made more sense
Right.
back into it. You know, I hate that shit with certain movies though. Like when you watch them and you're like, well, here's this movie. Okay, here's this, and you go back and watch the deleted scenes, and you're like, I understand why you deleted this scene and that scene, but why the fuck did you leave out key points in certain scenes?
Right.
It's like, what the fuck were you thinking? Like it didn't help it anymore. You know. I mean, it's a classic for what it is, but I mean, I don't know. That shit pisses me off. What?
Oh, we got more fan fiction coming in.
Here we go. Daniel forced his mom to have to move because he kept bullying everyone at the school. See, I was going to say that. What if that actually is the thing? In New Jersey. In Jersey.
You know what I mean? Because he came from Jersey and started fucking everybody in California, like these fucking West Coast cats. They don't know shit. Uncle Louie was in the mafia.
Right.
Uncle Louie was in the mafia. That makes you wonder who the fuck Daniel's dad was.
Right. Because they said he passed away when he was a kid.
Or did he?
Was it
Witness
Miyagi?
protection program.
It wasn't
Go back
Miyagi.
to that.
That's all right.
Maybe they were in protection because of me. They're his dad.
Maybe.
He's really Henry Hill.
Henry Hill's son.
It's really
Like,
Hank Hill.
God
damn it, Daniel.
Yeah, like because like Peter Parker's dad was in like to some government shit, and they kept referencing Spider-Man
They did.
in this movie.
Hey, where'd Spider-Man go?
So is there like a scissor connection there?
That's a lot of
Plug
scissoring
in.
going on. Oh. What?
That's who that is. Fuck me.
What?
I was trying to remember what I remembered his mom from.
What?
Because I was like, Daniel's
She's
mom,
and stuff, yeah.
Randy Heller. She was fucking Mrs. Ochmonic and Alf.
Oh shit, okay.
No.
That's funny.
Really?
She
She just lost a bunch of weight?
I don't know. Let me see here. When
Or
is
did she
it?
gain weight? What year did Alf come out?
89. So like 5 years later, she was Elaine Ochmonic.
Yeah, so she had to put on some pounds then in those
Is that
5 years.
is that the mom or the daughter? I don't fucking remember.
Ogmonic was the neighbor.
That was a neighbor,
Oh,
but I
okay.
mean,
I don't remember. I thought that was that other lady.
yeah.
Have
Oh,
an
wait.
Alf crossover.
Who's Elaine?
What?
Huh?
The Mrs. Okay, so Mrs. Ochmonic had a sister, and that was her sister. Okay, never mind. Fuck, I still don't know.
We've
what
got
she knows.
more.
So we got the Jersey mob involved now.
Okay.
Yeah, we got Alf involved.
Shell is from Jersey.
But no,
I think
you know,
we
all
can make
jokes
a whole other
aside,
movie out of this shit.
all jokes aside, it's like it's interesting to now that I realize that John Avildsen, who directed Rocky, directed this as well, and the parallels between this and Rocky.
I mean, you can see those similarities.
Yeah, for real.
Like it's
Not
the same
only, like,
fucking storyboarding structure.
Same storyboarding.
It's probably what they were trying to go for was like a.
Like I said, like even at the
Rocky
end,
kind of
fucking Daniel
aesthetic.
even screams out, "Mr. Miyagi, we did it!" Just like fucking Stallone.
Yeah, it's like that abrupt ending.
Mr. Miyagi, yo,
Machio looks like Stallone.
yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. He really honestly does though. I totally get that, like his mannerisms and shit, how he acts. You can because even when like he's when he's being a goofball with Miyagi, and he's kind of just being a little kind of cocky. Because it doesn't Rocky do something like that with old dude in one of the movies? He's getting
No.
kind of like slap happy. I can't remember.
No,
It's been very.
I like that.
No, I don't like that. But I mean, like, you know.
Speaking of that scene, though, before he fucking, whenever fucking Miyagi's talking shit to him, because he's like, you got to punch here or whatever. Yeah, Daniel has the eye of the tiger. But then fucking, so like Daniel punches Miyagi and he's like, what are you, some kind of girl or something?
Yeah.
Like,
Cancel.
It fucking kills me. Just like the little jabs that Miyagi takes to him. Shit's fucking too good.
You got
he's perfect.
Part two, you got the goddamn mailman showing up at Miyagi's house, and here's the letter from Okinawa, sir. Sign for it. You got a real nice place back here. He's complimenting the backyard and everything, talking about how he wants to bring his wife over. My wife loves this kind of stuff. Can I bring her by sometime? Check it out. Mr. Miyagi doesn't even fucking respond to this guy. How fucking rude do you got to be? Jesus. I'm glad his dad died in the second one.
God damn it. I mean, we can't really go with Miyagi being the JUDD in this one, but I mean,
Daniel is, I think.
He kind of causes a lot of the bullshit, doesn't he? After hearing, is at first they're fucking with him. I mean, they fuck with him, whatever the fuck. In all honesty, when it came down to the beach scene, though, and him sucker punching him or whatever, like the dude's been pushing him. I mean, he already made the first move. So I mean, like him fucking punching him, he didn't sucker punch him. The guy being in martial arts and like being like aware of things that are going on, aware of your situation and all that shit or whatever, he didn't pay attention. So Daniel fucking popped him in the face. Therefore, it's okay. Like I don't think that Daniel was a dick for that one, but like, when you're pushing buttons and making fucking water go into a stall where a dude that wants to kick your ass is rolling a joint, you're kind of an asshole. Because like, dude, what he should have done was,
or maybe Daniel was just a big pothead and he saw how shitty that joint was rolling and was like, "Fuck these guys."
No one rolls a joint like that. I've never
switch out Ralph with Cheech and Chong. Whole different movie.
I think that'd been great, actually. Hey, you know what?
Getting cement shoes.
Well, see, there you go. We got Cheech and Chong meets a Karate Kid. It's a whole new movie. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be amazing. You have them playing the roles of like the Miyagis.
Miyagi.
You have two Miyagis.
Two Miyagis.
Well, I mean,
hey man, what you gotta do is you gotta fucking wash my car, man. What's this have to do with karate? Oh, that had nothing to do with karate, man. I just need my shit washed. Hey man, what you doing? Why you clean my car too while you at it? Yeah. Hey, wax on, motherfucker.
Daniel just realized Johnny had some shit weed and was a pussy for not hitting a bong. And ripped it like a fucking man.
Ripping it like a man.
That's pretty funny.
That's pretty funny.
We got multiple spins on this. All right, then. Time to make this flick.
Hey, you gotta stand up like this, man. You just gotta put your leg up, and then you just stand there for a minute, and you just stare at them, and they're gonna get scared and run away. Hey, no, man, you gotta punch some shit with that, I can see it in my head. It'd be hilarious. That would be great. I think they should put Cheech and Chong in everything, though. So, like, I'm still waiting on the Cheech and Chong Scooby-Doo movie. I still think that'd be amazing.
I want to see the original Stripes.
Get him a body bag.
Apparently that line was ad-libbed by a little dude.
Yeah, I could tell.
And my favorite line was whenever the fucking, like, fan dude's like, "Johnny, you cream puff."
Yeah, who's who told him to say it? Did the director tell him to say that? Did he just like?
It originally was cream pie, and they were like, "That's probably too much."
Oh no, people, no.
It was just a cream pie. Pull back a little bit.
Back then. Oh man, he just broke me. I would watch that.
Oh boy.
Called Karate Kid and a Half.
Oh no. Oh no!
Now I'll tell you this: the Scooby Doo and Cheech and Chong thing. Years ago, my mom got me how could you not love Cheech and Chong? One of the greatest of all time. My mom got me a shirt that was the front of the Mystery Machine, and it had Scooby and Shaggy, and it had Cheech and Chong in it. They were all cartoons, and they were like smoke out the window. Unfortunately, I only got to wear that shirt twice because I had a really crazy drunken ex. She ripped the fucking thing out, like right in half. So, I'm still pissed about that, actually. Yep, I'm still mad about it. I love that shirt.
She acting like she was Hulk Hogan in that shit or something.
No, she was drunk and trying to beat the living fuck out of me and pulled my shirt off. She constantly had shirts of mine that got ruined that way, and that was one that really pissed me off. I only got to wear it twice. Whatever.
Well, Tamara is 4'1" Q, so she could play Elizabeth Shue. All right.
It's the Q that gets it.
Beautiful. You're hired.
But that
True,
that
Sarah,
song,
true.
the song from the montage that you're the best around.
God, it's so bad.
It was actually they were originally going to use that song in Rocky 3, and Eye of the Tiger replaced it.
Boy.
And also Flashdance instead of Maniac.
Maniac.
So that song got passed between like a couple movies before they were like, okay, we'll take it.
Hey, this movie sucks. This song sucks. This song sucks. This song sucks. Put it in this movie.
It's fucking dope.
Cruel Summer.
It's
Panorama.
Horrible band.
Gross. Gross. That's one of the worst fucking bands in the 80s.
You're a pushy little bastard, ain't you? I like that. It's like fucking Crease just turns into a fucking lunatic all of a sudden. he's like very stern and disciplined, and then he's like, "You're a pushy little bastard, ain't you?" But I like that.
I like part 3 whenever you first
fucking
see him, and he like pops behind his cardboard cutout, and he's like, "Blah blah."
I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch the sequels.
I want you to
Part
make his
2
knuckles bleed.
Part 2, he's about to, and what fucking world is this set in? Because the first one, it's like he's telling him, okay, if you don't show up to the All Valley, then it's open season on your boy and you. So what the fuck does that mean? You're just gonna wander the town to fucking assault people for the hell of it?
Like Dazed and Confused or some shit.
Turns into the Warriors, and they're just walking around with bottles on their fingers.
Warriors, come out and play.
And then in the second one,
and he's like, Miyagi.
The second one, he fucking takes Johnny's trophy and fucking smashes it and calls him a loser and tries to kill him. I'm just gonna murder this kid because he lost his fucking high school tournament. Like go back to Nam, you fucking nut job. And then what kind of fucking fighter is he? Like Miyagi comes over and he fucking is standing right in front of him and can't even land a punch. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna move out of the way. You'll punch through the fucking window, and I'll do it again. Like, I got bloody hands.
The Karate Purge. If that was done right, I'd be down.
Me too.
There's a bunch of people running through the streets, like just karate chopping people. And, like,
how dope would that be? It's like the Purge, and like the siren goes off, right, and everybody goes in, except these gang of ninjas that just run around in the city, fucking looking to beat the shit out of somebody.
Yeah, brawl breaks out in the street, and everybody was kung fu fighting.
Oh, that was bad.
The gang of ninjas. They're my favorite. Whop, zop, zing.
You'd have to have the Foot Clan somewhere in there as an Easter egg, though, because they were much cooler than Cobra Kai.
Scissor them together.
It's a fan film coming out of this.
So it was
could you imagine that? Cobra Kai versus the Foot Soldiers.
Oh, that'd be badass.
That would be cool, actually. Ooh. A Turtles Karate Kid, like
Splinter with maybe Miyagi's dad or something.
Splinter was Miyagi's dad?
Well, we can do whatever we want.
Well, you have much things to learn, Turtles.
I'm not going to do that, so we'll get canceled.
But with the first film, you got... I just realized with the first film, you got the backstory of fucking Happy Gilmore's grandmother. living there at the apartment
Oh,
complex.
right. God, we could pick out a ton of movies she was in.
Yeah.
How'd you know it was from Jersey?
Can smell my own.
Have you ever noticed like the way fucking Ralph Macchio walks? He just like real stiff-legged. Like he looks like he's just bouncing. Like it's I don't know.
He's so tiny in this movie.
Oh, I mean, that's because he was walking on stilts the whole time. You didn't know that? Just hidden under his pant legs.
Do
you remember?
At the end, they just took one of the stilts out, and he just had to bend his leg.
Do you remember seeing his legs at all in the film? No, because he's walking on stilts.
And he had shorts on in the one scene. They're playing soccer.
That was a stunt double.
They're over there fucking eating hot dogs. You guys have moves where you're from? Well, we got moves. I can show you how to get punched in the face real quick. I'm trying to eat my hot dog. You want me to go talk to some girl? Are you crazy?
Allie with an eye. Allie with an eye who fucking just moves on. You know, what a tramp.
Part two.
Fuck you.
She fell in love with some guy from
With a
UCLA.
guy from UCLA.
Yeah. After she totaled my car.
6 months. Only 6 months. 6 months later, she fucking totals the car and fucking goes and gets with some guy from UCLA. Yeah. Done.
We wrapped that whole storyline up.
See, I think it was a year line. Like, I really think it was supposed to be longer than that because if he just got his license in the first one, that means he just turned 16. Everybody else are seniors. But then in the second one, it's his summer before he goes into college. So, like, where the fuck the other year go?
Well, maybe. I mean, just because he got his license doesn't mean he was
right.
just
I mean, he could have been
16.
17, I guess, maybe, or whatever.
It could have been like delayed something. You know, like nowadays, like fucking kids got to go through some other shit. Like you can't. Like I remember when I got my license, like on my 16th birthday, I went in there and got my license. But like now, you gotta like go in and get some fucking permit and got to do 6 months of shit. Like I don't even know all the requirements. Depends on the state, I guess.
I had my permit for 3 months before I got my license. That was it.
Yeah. So, you know, who's to know? You know, with him moving and everything, maybe he just didn't get around to it for like a year or something. Who knows?
Maybe.
Took me forever to pass my fucking permit test.
Yeah.
Well, then, like, it's fucked up too because in the first one, he tells the dude that he kicked with the fence that his mom got hired for some software gig or whatever, and then she's a fucking restaurant manager.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What did happen there?
I guess they were like, we can't find an office. We have a restaurant that they'll let us use. We're just going to leave it and hope that nobody notices.
I mean, she mentions that she'll make more money there than the software place, but I'm like, how?
How do you? Yeah,
I hope so because fucking
new technology. When he's coming, he's like, it's a whole new thing.
Because we're in it now.
Yeah,
They need a brand new bike.
Daniel, son, you had no idea.
She needs a fucking car that runs.
Nice car, Mrs. LaRusso.
Yeah, dude. Like the scene where like they go pick up the scene where they go pick up Allie and the parents. But by the way, Allie's parents, like I've been in that situation where you completely are the less than fucking rich ass fucking assholes that, you know, if you don't live in this place or whatever, you're less than. So fuck them. But like, you know, like his mom's out there and that's already kind of embarrassing. And then like the car, like they have to get out to go push it and all that. And it's like,
why did they make her parents so unlikable?
Because they were just trying to show the difference in, you know, being upper class and being middle class, lower middle class, or whatever.
Yeah,
he breaks the fucking porch.
There's nothing.
Yeah, what about that part? I remember, like he kicks the brick or whatever, and it falls off. And
you're supposed to get that fixed.
Yeah, the husband's like,
I will.
Were you supposed to fix that? I was going to fix that. I am going to fix that. And she's like fucking pissed scared. Like he beats the shit out of her.
Yeah, like that's exactly what you get from that. I'm glad our daughter's going out with this fucking poor asshole because I'm gonna wail on you. Honey.
Where are you from, Reseda? Get the fuck out of here. Fucking piece of shit. Get off my property.
Fucking assholes.
lot of scumbags out in California. I think that's the moral of this story is scumbags in California.
Most, you know what? Everyone that I've ever met, just about everyone I've ever met in from California.
You want to go up right? Move to New Jersey.
Assholes.
Oh, we love you too. I know I'm having a good time. I didn't know it was going to go this way, but I'm glad it did.
I think it turns out we realize we're not a big fans of this movie. As it turns out. We're more fans of making movies out of this movie.
There's so many different ways you can go about it. Yeah,
nostalgia movie.
It's a classic, but
it
is.
It's just funner this way. Like this is what me and Tom used to always do with this movie too. Like we used to just fucking watch it and then just riff on like the whole fucking thing. But deep down inside, we enjoyed it.
Deep down inside, they enjoy it.
Yeah, we got to come up with something really good for Terry Silver.
Oh, he's great. He don't need anything else. He's just fucking good.
Great. I love that over the top villain. Not in every movie, but every once in a while.
Over the top.
Yeah, way over the top. That's a great movie too.
His laugh, man. His laugh kills
so ridiculous.
Where's over the top part 2? What the fuck? Cobra 2, over the top 2.
Fucking the bad boy Mike Barnes.
As a kid, I liked Over the Top, and then I got older and watched it again. I was like, "This is fucking stupid."
I'll never forget the day.
But then I turned on TikTok one day, and there's videos of grown ass men and women slapping each other. So I'm like, okay,
I love the video. Slap fight. It's great.
Wait a minute,
dude. Like I thought that fucking arm wrestling shit was kind of dumb. It's like, oh yeah, here we go. Just get in the fucking ring and beat the fuck out of each other. And smack each other. Smack you. Fuck you. Dumbass motherfucker.
Going back to my earlier point, all right?
Please do.
Fuck this fucking Miyagi, right? He fucking hauls this kid over to Okinawa and then, somehow gets him into a fucking fight to the death. Like what the fuck? Like,
son, you will die.
If his mom knew what the fuck he was doing with this old fucking guy, she'd be like, what the fuck? No, you can't hang out with this guy. No, you're coming to Fresno this summer. All right?
Yeah.
No, you're not going to Okinawa. A fight to the death. Like, okay, go, motherfucker. Like, Chosen's got a knife. What if he would have just fucking killed Daniel right there? That's the end of the part 2.
Well, see, like it even shows like the mom is pretty like neglectful in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I mean, like when he's sitting at the restaurant and he's trying to, tell her about Allie, and she just has to go off and do her job, which I mean, she's doing her fucking job. And he just still sits there and is telling. Yeah. And it's like you kind of get the sense of like, all right, mom's never really around enough, whatever. Clearly, because she doesn't, there's nothing that really about Mr. Miyagi being, you don't really see her being interested in anything that's going on.
How would how would you just leave your kid with this random dude?
Exactly. I would at least be like, hey, what are you doing? Why are you hanging out with this old Asian man? Like, what are you doing right now?
Well, he
like,
buttered.
You're washing his cars. You come home smelling like whiskey. Like
he buttered.
You got a brand new car that's not a brand new car. Like, and you waxed on, waxed off it. Like we don't understand what's happening here. What kind of barter do you have with this old man?
Hey, Danny, how was your day?
You doing okay, honey?
It was great, Ma. I hung out with Mr. Miyagi over at his house. Oh, what'd you guys do over at his house? He was doing the wax on, wax off. You whacked off over at Mr. Miyagi's? No, Ma, it's wax on, wax off with the wax on the car. What?
We got drunk and trimmed our bushes. I mean, little trees.
It's like, oh, I'm just gonna give you a bonsai tree and take your son. Enjoy.
What were you doing over there? Anyway?
He's a real barterer.
Okay.
Mom, I need you to wash my clothes. I'm getting the itches. It's probably from all those bugs in those bushes.
Fucking okay. So apparently Miyagi can fix anything. Fucking Daniel's shoulder's fucked up, and he just like he just reaches inside this kid's shirt without permission, and just rub it on him. What are you doing, pal? What the fuck is this about? Oh, I fixed your shoulder. fucking, and the second one, he shows up, the car's all fucked up. Oh, you ain't gonna fix that. He fucking gets under the hood and immediately fixes it. Like, why did he fix the mother's car?
As a kid, I do.
Like, nah, keep pushing that motherfucker, Miss Lucifer. So,
as a
fuck off,
kid,
like-
I do remember the whole thing, and I remember one time I got in a bike accident when I was a kid, and I went down this fucking like
learn
this
how to
big
take a
hill,
fall?
and I kind of like I went down this big hill, like a long fucking hill, and my fucking bike started doing that whole like thing, and I flew off and my fucking leg just, it didn't break or nothing, but it fucking like, it felt like it was about to snap it. So I was like, and I was hoping it would work, and it didn't, and I was so let down.
Like,
Mom's like, "You do?" Mom was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I'm fine. I did the Miyagi thing." You're going to the hospital.
What are you talking about?
Because like I never, as a kid, I was like, "Oh, so like so healing."
Your
I
mom's
just-
like, well, our house needs painted too, asshole. Get out there.
wax on, wax off. Favorite movie? Get the fuck out there, asshole. My dad's already out there doing it because she scared him first.
My thing is too, like, what the fuck? Like, they scheduled the fight for this thing, and like he starts training, and then he just stops going to school. Miyagi stops going to work. Like, what the fuck? Like, what happened?
This is my life now.
Yeah.
This fucking tournament. There's no money involved, but
Mr. Miyagi, what, shouldn't I be going to school? No school now.
You paint fence.
You do laundry. What is that? Wax on, wax off. Wax on, wax off.
that's terrible. That's just terrible.
So bad.
It's too far.
Okay,
Joe.
boys.
Cross the line.
That's just too far.
Well, okay.
So what else
Well-
you guys got for this wonderful movie?
I would have to say that I recommend watching this movie. It's a good movie to watch with your kids. There is good morals behind it, but make sure you tell your kids, if you stand like a moron with your arms out like this and your leg up, you're gonna get your ass kicked. So don't ever do that in a fucking actual fight.
No, that was another thing. It's like he teaches him the crane kick in the first one, and he's like, "Yeah, you can't defend against it or whatever if done properly." And then it gets to the second one, he's like about to use this shit on Chosen, and fucking Chosen blocks that shit and fucks him up. Like, wait a minute,
Right.
like, wait a minute, what the fuck?
Hey, what's up, Adam? Hell yeah. Post-mortem right there. That guy's he's a good author, man. He's got some shit.
No, but then the second one, he's like, "Here's a drum. Figure it out."
This movie's just so like, I don't know, like it's a fun one to go back and watch. It really is, but like it just in the first one, there's just a lot of shit in there. You're like, what?
That's what I'm saying. These movies are off the wall, but fucking, they're good, man. Like, there's a lot of shit wrong with them, but
if you're a fan of kid martial arts film, you should definitely check out Surf Ninjas. I mean, Karate Kid. Ninja Turtles.
learn that his name is Raphael. That's Ralph.
Raphael.
Yeah,
40
yeah,
years.
yeah. Look, okay, all right, yes, I called Raphael Ralph. Leave me alone. Okay, I'm getting
Yeah, that's gonna have me
PTSD over this
teared.
shit.
I was laughing so fucking hard that day.
I'm a huge turtle fan, okay, and I fucked up. All
Mr.
right.
Miyagi's Japanese restaurant.
No. Get that chicken.
Yeah, the chick.
Yeah, I was just going to say, if we ruined this movie for anybody, I guess I apologize, but
For real,
So,
there's really the people
It makes
that,
it,
that
makes
love
it
this.
better, man.
but I think this was a lot of fun.
It makes
The
it better.
people that love this film tuned in and they're like, "What the fuck, man?"
No, but like I said,
What
I
are
love
you
this
guys
film
doing?
too, but I mean, I admit that it's not a masterpiece.
It is what it is. It's a classic,
It's
and
fun.
if you saw it when you were younger, I'm sure it brings back nostalgia and everything like that. So it's a classic. I'll say that much. I'll give it that much credit.
It's a classic.
Oh, that blonde kid
Yeah,
we were
it's cool.
talking about from Cobra Kai, the Cobra Kai blonde guy, the dead meat. He's Steve McQueen's son.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw the McQueen in the credits, and I was wondering if he was related to Steve McQueen.
His dad was a fucking legend. The Blob, the original Blob, is one of my favorite movies of all time. The original. That movie's so good. Yeah. And the thing is, because Adam's comment, think there should be a dark, gory.
Hey, that's coming actually.
The original Turtle comics were dark. They were gory. They were violent.
Well, they're making a rated R turtle movie now.
See, I haven't heard much about that. Like, it'd be really cool. It'd be really cool if they actually did like based on the comics. Have you all ever read the original comics? Like, I mean, those motherfuckers were violent. They were not.
I don't remember them. Weren't they all in black and white or?
Yeah,
something?
They were in black. They were black and white ink.
That's all I really remember.
And they were brutal. They killed. They slaughtered people. They did everything. I had a buddy of mine when I was a kid, Jeremy Jackson, and his dad was a big comic collector, and he had all the old school Turtle comics. And he wouldn't let us look at them for the longest time. He wouldn't let me look at them until my mom said it was okay. And they're violent as fuck. Like if you can find them, man, they're. Yeah, I used to have the original one of the I think it was the first. The cover of the first issue that came out as a poster when I was a kid. And if they made turtles like that, I'd be pretty happy. I've always been saying that though. Give us a little bit more violence.
Isn't that what they did with The Last Ronin? I haven't read it. I haven't read that.
Oh, the book? No, I haven't read it.
I think the movie is supposed to be on, right?
Yeah, that is what the movie's. That is the movie they're doing.
Have you read that yet, Dave? Last Ronin?
No, I haven't read it, but I know what happens.
Okay.
Spoiler. Everybody
He
dies.
loves the spoilers.
Talking about Karate Kid and martial arts movies and stuff, and movies that are like nostalgic and all that stuff. Like I would like to talk about Ninja Turtles at some point. Now that I think about it, that'd be kind of fun. That original was so good.
Oh, 1990 was perfect. Nobody's ever come close to that ever since.
The Last Dragon.
Like that Michael
That's my
Bay shit.
shit.
What the fuck was that? Who approved that shit?
I don't know.
I don't know neither. We're going down another
Terrible
rabbit hole.
Adam, you're. Well, wait. Where's his comment here? Because I can see it on the side here.
He's late.
No,
He's a little late. You're a little late, Adam. We talked about Bloodsport earlier.
A little bit.
But
I love that movie more than this one.
Yeah, it's one of the all-time favorites. I mean, you can't go if you're a Van Damme fan, whatever. Like Bloodsport is one of the top. I mean it. That
Okay, you would say.
$8 million budget. Karate Kid grossed $130 million.
Booyah!
Huge success. And oddly enough, it didn't propel these guys into superstardom. You know, Billy Zabka, Ralph Macchio, Pat Morita.
Yeah, because Billy, the only thing I really remember him in other than this is fucking playing the asshole teenager guy and just one of the guys.
Love that movie.
Oh yeah, is that the one with the girl trying to be a dude?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit, I forgot about that.
He's got tits.
She was cute, actually.
That'd be funny if
How
you didn't know me and
how
said
did you
that.
not notice she was a female? But then again, we can't talk about that movie. We'll get canceled.
Ahead of its time, apparently.
Yeah,
I guess.
But yeah, it's interesting that these guys didn't really go on to do anything major after this.
Well, I mean, was Karate Kid? That was before Crossroads, wasn't it? The movie Crossroads with Ralph Macchio.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. You know, with old Steve Vai and him fucking guitar battling back and forth.
So, what movie are we talking about?
What movie?
Bloodsport.
Oh, or just one of the guys. I don't know. We're all over the place.
Yeah, just one of the guys. Yeah. She as a kid, I thought she was really adorable too. I mean, I was like, how do you not know that that's a female? She's very, very feminine. Like, I don't know. Then again, you know, whatever. We're gonna just stop.
Don't dig yourself into this hole that you can't get out of.
Tara Kidwell. Fuck your membership. It is now time for our random clip of the week, in which our random clip generator plays a random clip from a random movie, and we see what happens. Let's see what happens.
Ta-da!
Hey. Hell yeah.
That motherfucker.
No, it's good. It stopped before the end of the scene.
Well, yeah.
Oh well, probably yeah.
Such a badass scene, and then the ending is just like what cringe.
The guy that's the bad vampire in that's sleeping at him.
Stephen Dorff. Oh wait, no, in that one.
That wasn't Stephen Dorff. That was
I mean, he's the main one.
That guy's been in so many fucking movies,
yeah,
and TV shows. He's funny, like, but he's.
I remember it from Gotham.
Yeah. Well, he was in a TV show. I can't remember what it was fucking called, but he was in a TV show.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
With him, well, he was in a bunch of them, but there was one where he was playing like a detective or something. It was like a private detective on the beach. Him and the guy that played the who ended up being the main bad guy in the first season of True Blood, Renee. The guy that played him, they were buddies in that show. It was a good show. It only had like one season though. It was actually a really good mystery, funny kind of stoner show. I always liked it.
Donald Logue.
What?
Donald Logue is his name.
Logue?
Yeah.
Logue.
Logue.
Very close to Rogue. Logue.
All right, before we get out of here, we got to pay some bills and, I don't know, run the ad. Get us paid.
No win for Bastard Sons of a Judas Goat, Nasty Nation, Graveyard Talk, and the Video Store Clerks Podcast. He is the creator of Stoner Gore, Chuck Nasty. And if you have a craving for extreme horror, the following titles may interest you. Thirsty, Sludge, House of Flesh, Going to Hell, Fresh Kills,
and Erotic Gore.
All available now in Kindle and paperback, only at Amazon.com.
And I have to throw out there with the Erotic Gore thing. I recently heard that Erotic Gore, which was number one on Godless.
Can we?
But I also I have two books in like the top 2024 so far on some things. And that's erotic Gore and Going to Hell, Fresh Kills Volume 1. So yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, and a little update on my newest novel. I think so too. Like, bro, I think it was really cool they put that together for me, actually. But my new novel is about 4 chapters away from being done, and when it's out, it's gonna blow some fucking minds.
Explodes.
Yeah, explode. You're gonna fucking shit blood and cum all over the place when you read this book. I'm telling you.
Like a nice night.
Believe me, I did writing it. It's good shit.
It's gonna blow your mind.
We had so much fun tonight, just for shits and giggles.
Locked during sleeping hours.
Oh.
We'll start a policy of evening sedation for everybody.
The fuck you will! Everybody tries to drug on me, get his ass kicked.
You just bought yourself a night in the quiet room, mister. Now sit down.
Fuck you! You sit down! Easy, Kincaid. Nobody gonna put me to sleep. Man, get away from me, man. Let me alone, man. I don't want to go to sleep. Ain't nobody gonna put me to sleep. I don't want to go to sleep. Ain't nobody gonna put me to sleep. Get your hand. I ain't going to sleep.
That's how I was all last week.
I ain't going to sleep.
That's how I was all last week. I've been fucking. We just had the 30th anniversary of the O.J. Simpson trial and the murders of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman. I've spent the last week trying to analyze the case and figure out who really did it. O.J.'s innocent. You heard it here first. Well, now
What?
here first.
No.
Yeah. It's
No,
crazy.
OJ is not innocent.
Yeah. I can prove
Blow me.
it. Hey, blow me.
What do you mean OJ is innocent? Please tell me you're kidding.
We don't got enough time to discuss it. That's a whole other podcast.
On the next show.
What are we doing next week?
No.
Next week, we're doing we're going a little off script there, and we're going to do 1408.
Off script, we did Karate Kid tonight.
But it was an anniversary.
Yeah. 3 days removed from the 40th anniversary. Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
A week of.
Crazy.
God.
But that's how it goes. I love 1408. I can't wait.
I haven't seen that in a while. I think I went to go see it. I think that might have been the last time I saw it. When was that? 07, I think? Something like that.
It's got to be one of my favorite Stephen King adaptations.
Yeah.
It's good
It
shit.
was that like 17 years. Because I was trying to figure that out. And then I saw it, and I was like, well, that don't mean shit.
No, I haven't seen it in a long time either. And I'm not a big John Cusack. I'm not a big John Cusack fan. So I don't know.
John Cusack, man. Fucking High Fidelity. Are you kidding me? That motherfucker was me in a lot of ways. Love that fucking movie.
Yeah, so next week, 1408.
1408. So do your homework, motherfuckers. Watch 1408 and come back here and talk with us.
And we're going to do it next week, live Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern. We are your video store clerks. We're getting out of here. Fuck this membership too. Good night.
David, you on right behind the ear.
Get him a body bag!
And your son, fuck you.